Some politicians in Europe have openly expressed their support for the Russian military operation in Ukraine. Serbian presidential candidate Misa Vacic drove through the country's capital in a car bearing the Russian flag and license plate. We discuss the West's approach to the current situation with him.
Now the West's policy towards Russia is a policy of sanctions, a policy of media demonization, a policy of ethnic cleansing, which they're trying to organize in Ukraine and which, thank God, was stopped by a military operation. The most severe shelling in the Lugansk and Donetsk People's Republics has been going on for 8 years. The mockery of ethnic Russians in Ukraine has been going on for 8 years. And the policy of sanctions and the policy of demonization in the Western media, not only the Russian population of Ukraine, but also Russians in general, have been going on for much longer. The Serbian people react to the pressure that the West exerts on the Serbian state leadership by providing even greater and stronger support to our friends, our brothers, the Russian army soldiers of the military operation. The Serbian people see them as fighters for truth and freedom. For a full 23 years under the UN, NATO forces cost-enforce the international community, criminal pogroms against the Serbian population, mass crimes against Serbs, murders, rapes and brutal attacks continue. On this day, March the 17th, 2004, the largest pogrom took place when more than 150 Serbian Orthodox Christian religious buildings, churches and monasteries were destroyed and burned in 2 days. The international community was also here in 1995 when ethnic cleansing was carried out in 4 days in the most brutal Operation Storm by the Croatian army. Now, the international community has no right to call a military operation genocide, as the prevention of the genocide on Russian people in the Donbass and the end of the war waged by the neo-Nazi regime in Kiev against its own citizens with Russian origin and the Russian-speaking population is the goal of the operation. Therefore, the Serbian people unequivocally support the Russian army and consider the international community hypocritical. It is obvious that EU and US citizens will suffer the most from these sanctions. Sanctions against Russia are unfair, but the policy of the West has always been the policy of sanctions. We, the Serbs, know this like no one else. Therefore, the Serbian people will never impose sanctions against Russia.